Hello, I'm Catherine and welcome to my channel. Welcome back to those of you who have subscribed and have been watching some of my videos. I really appreciate your support. And welcome to anybody who has just found the channel. Would love for you to join our family. We love talking about beauty, makeup, and skincare, anything that helps us to feel better and more confident. So stay tuned if you are interested in watching me apply this full face of drugstore makeup. I will be giving you reviews on each product and helping you to make a better decision about how to spend your money, if it's worth it or if you should pass. Again, these are only my opinions. Some of my opinions you may not agree with, and that's great. And if you have a different opinion, please let me know in the comments down below. So without further ado, let's get started and put on some affordable drugstore makeup. Time to get started playing with some new makeup from the drugstore. I'm gonna start off with this new primer from Wet n Wild, and this is their Glass Correct primer base, and it is supposed to help with redness, and I'll show you the packaging here. And again, I will have everything that I'm using today listed below and linked. And I just obviously still have the little stopper on it. I have not used this. So it is a green color and it's supposed to counteract any redness you might have in your face, which I was curious to see if that actually works. I don't really see any difference in redness. It feels pretty nice. It's thicker than I thought it was gonna be. But all in all, okay, verdict's not out. I don't know about that product. It's a little different. Okay, so for foundation, I'm gonna be using this Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. This is a tinted skin veil. It has hyaluronic acid and squalane. It is oil-free and is supposed to be sheer to medium. So I'm usually pretty impressed by Wet n Wild's foundation, so I thought this would be interesting. It comes out of the little tube. It's definitely pretty loose. And the color range was not great. I got the color light. And we're gonna see how this does. I'm just using this e.l.f. This is a new brush for them. It's a dupe for the IT Cosmetics. And it is just their Complexion Duo Brush. It's really nice. If you like kind of a softer brush head to blend your foundation in, you would like this very much. So this is blending very nicely. And it feels nice on the skin. I seem to be getting decent coverage too. It definitely has a glowy finish. So I'll zoom you in. You can still see some of my little sunspots, but overall my skin is more even and the complexion looks pretty good. So for a tinted veil, this gives a decent amount of coverage. They said sheer to medium, and I think that's definitely the case. Okay, so I have a couple of new products for concealer. The first one is from Flower Beauty, and it is their Corrector, and I got this in light peach. Very reminiscent of the Becca Under Eye Concealer. And I'm actually gonna get a brush, just a regular kind of eyeshadow brush, and see about applying this with that so I can be a little bit more accurate. That is not giving me much coverage, to be honest. Oh, there's a little bit more. I'm having to dig in quite a few times. I'm used to the Becca one, and the Becca one is incredibly pigmented, so you just need the tiniest amount. This one, not quite as pigmented, but seems to be doing the job of taking away the darkness under my eyes. It feels very nice. It feels very hydrating, and I don't see it settling into the lines under my eyes. The next product I wanted to use for concealer is a new one from Wet n Wild. Again, this is their Incognito Concealer. and I'm going to just apply this like I normally do. And this shade, by the way, is light beige. I've been using this e.l.f. complexion sponge, which is not new to the market, but it is new to me, and I love it. It is really a nice sponge. It may be my favorite sponge. I don't know what it is, the bounciness, the softness. It's just very easy to use. This concealer went on really well. I'll let you see. And the combination of the corrector and the concealer did a really nice job in taking care of that color underneath. I'm just going to take this sponge and kind of go all over the face. I also got, and I don't know that I'm really going to need this. I might try a little bit of this, but I got this e.l.f. This is their Flawless Brightening Concealer. Maybe I'll put just a little bit of this. It's very reminiscent of the YSL Touche Eclat. I'm going to put just a little bit of this in the inner corner, just to brighten up a little bit. I really haven't used this much. But I will say that Wet n Wild concealer did a nice job. So the complexion overall, I feel like looks pretty nice. I'm pleased with all the products that I just tried. For powder, I wanted to use this new L'Oreal Infallible. It's actually a powder foundation, but I really do enjoy using these type of products with like a tinted veil or a tinted moisturizer, because it helps give you a little bit more coverage. And I don't tend to use powder foundations by themselves. I have tried it and I don't mind it, but it's not my favorite. So I'm just going to really go over the nose with this. Ooh, that's really pretty. This is definitely my first time using this. I like the shade a lot. I have Porcelain. Boy, this is definitely, I have the littlest amount on this brush, and this is really going far in giving coverage. Wow. That's very nice. Boy, I had to use the tiniest amount, and just kind of pressing on where you want a little extra coverage. Really nice. Boy, I like that a lot. And it feels very nice, not drying and not cakey. Let me look in the up close. Oh wow, it definitely blurred the pores. No cakiness. That powder is really nice. Wow, very nice. But it actually pairs so well with something like this. I really love using a combo like that. Okay, the next product I want to use is not a new product, but new to me, and it is from Ulta Beauty, and it is their Baked, Sculpt, and Glow 3-in-1 palette. I'll let you see what that looks like. So you can see you have a bronzer here, and then this side over here is the blush and the highlight. So you kind of get, and it's quite, you see how it's domed, and it's quite big. If you look at it compared, I mean, it's my whole cheek there. You get a lot of product. I'm going to be using, for the bronzer, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush, which is new to me. It's not new to the market by any stretch. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go in with this bronzer. I'm just going to, not really going to contour, I'm more of just going to kind of warm up the cheeks a little. This product, if you all watch Emily Noel, she's one of my favorite makeup YouTube beauty people, and she recommended this and said it's very reminiscent of the Hourglass powders, and I totally get what she's talking about. And so I bought this because of Emily Noel. I was influenced. But it's going on very nicely, especially with that powder foundation on. But it's blending really well, giving good warmth. This is great for if you just are on the go and you need a little something. Okay, I'm actually super impressed with this. This powder, the powders in this are very nice. For the blush, I'm going to be using my Flower Beauty blush brush. I'm just going to go right into this one. Oh, and I never said, but this this one is called Tahitian Sunset. So I'm just going to bring that blush. Let's see. I'm not sure on the pigmentation on this blush. Oh, it's actually a very nice pigmentation, but not, for me, it's a perfect one. I don't, oh, and it has shimmer. Wow. I don't know if I'm going to need much of a highlight. I'm glad I'm using this kind of looser brush with this. Very pretty. And it gave me very good shine. I'll use the highlight just to show you guys, but to be honest, I don't even need a highlight with this, but I'll go into this highlight just so you can see. And I'm using this e.l.f. highlight brush. I'll kind of use the highlight more on the other parts of my face. The highlight is definitely more, well, it definitely pulls a punch, but it's more gentle than the blush. Wow, okay. I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm gonna go in and just take a little bit more of this powder and kind of buff everything out. I like to sometimes go over it too, just around the edges with my sponge, just lightly making sure that I don't have any harsh edges anywhere. So far so good. I'm actually very impressed so far. I'm liking everything. This is good. For brows, I'm going to be using a product that is relatively new to me, but definitely not new to the market, and it's just the NYX or NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. And this is in the shade Blonde. And it's just the little wand that you can just push through your brows when I'm being kind of lazy and not really wanting to do much with the brows. I like these types of products. Moving on to eyes, I got this new palette from Essence, and this is called their Daily Dose of Love palette. It's in a little cardboard packaging, and it has a little, you can see a little holder there, a little elastic to hold it in. No mirror, which is fine with me. I don't usually use the mirrors in them. And this is what the palette looks like. Very pretty, kind of pinks and plums and light champagne. But I thought this was a nice looking palette, so I thought I would use that. And I also just got a set of brushes that I ordered from Profusion. And again, I was influenced by Emily Noel. This is not an Emily Noel influenced me video, but she has talked quite a bit about these. And so you can't find them in stores, or at least I couldn't find them in stores, but I did find them on their website and ordered them, and they came very quickly. So I am going to start off with the biggest blending brush, which is the ES1. And I'm just gonna go into this transition shade, which is kind of a rosy, soft rosy, kind of dusty rose color. It's very light, not heavy pigmentation, but pretty, kind of a light wash. Okay, so very nice, lightly pigmented. Now I'm going to go into this, it's their Pointed Crease Eyeshadow ES3. And I think I'm going to go into this a little bit pinkier shade down at the bottom. I'm going to put that a little higher in the crease. Kind of give a little bit of a sunrise effect. A little bit of that pink. It's definitely more pigmented than kind of the rosy shade that I used. Okay, pretty nice. Now I'm going to go into, this is the Flat Shader Eyeshadow Brush. And I think I'm going to just go into this top kind of champagne colored shade. Oh yeah, that's definitely pigmented. I'm going to pull that all across the lid. I can't tell, it almost looks foiled. It looks a little bit glittery. Yeah, it's definitely glittery. It's a little white to me. It looks champagne and it is, but it's pretty potent. I don't know how well I love that. I might try to go in with this darker shade down below and see what that looks like if I go over with that, or if that's just going to be more glittery. I mean, it toned it down a touch. Yeah, that other one is a little bit icy for me. A little bit icy. I'm going to try on the other side with that bottom shade. Yeah, that bottom shade still very, very metallic, but it's definitely not as icy as the other. See, it's a little bit more subtle. I mean, it definitely has like you can see the difference. That one to that one. I'm going to try to kind of blend some of this out with the other brush. It's a little too icy for me. See if I can tone it down just a touch. Okay, I was able to tone that down a little bit. I'm going to use just this clean brush and kind of go around the edges. They have a nice brow highlight color in this too, which I'm just going to put on the top here and try to kind of blend out the top so that it looks very diffused. These two shades were very nice. This one up here at the top was really icy to me. It doesn't look, yeah, it looks pretty foiled, but this one down here is a little bit better. You can see the difference between those two. Okay, so I do not usually use a liquid liner, but I'm going to be attempting that today. And I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Breakup-Proof, which, you know, if you follow me, I love the Wet n Wild gel eyeliner. They're breakup-proof. I think it's amazing. But I wanted to try their liquid liner. So I'm just gonna, it's a little felt top tip. I'm just going to attempt just on this lash line. That actually went on pretty well. Let's see. Wow, really smooth, and you can see the difference in how it kind of defines your eyes. Really, really like that. That looks really nice. I think that's, we'll see how long it wears, but that was super easy to use, which makes me happy because I'm always a little scared about using any type of liquid liner. Okay, so for mascara, this is relatively new to me. I have used it previously. This is the new Covergirl Clean, Lash Blast Clean. I'm just going to curl my lashes. This has the Covergirl wand. It's the similar Lash Blast wand. But this formula is different because I like the Lash Blast okay, the regular in the orange, but this one is much, much better, I think. Gives you a really nice effect. Doesn't smudge, stays on. You can see the difference. Okay, I like this mascara. I think this is a really nice one from the drugstore. Okay, this is relatively new to me for a lip liner. This is the NYX Sand Beige color that people love. I'm just gonna line these lips. Love the color of this. This is a really great color. So this is a new lipstick product. This is new from Maybelline. It's a color Sensational Lip product, and this is in the color More Blush. Just as it comes like this. So I thought I would try this out with you today. Oh, it's very pigmented. A little warmer than what I was thinking it was going to be, but all in all, nice color. All right, I'm going to just use my L'Oreal Shake and Glow Dew Mist. I love this stuff. Such a good mist. Smells nice. Okay, so that is my makeup for today. All affordable. Let's go through some of the highlights. I don't know about this primer, but this is interesting. I'm excited to see how this wears. I do like Wet n Wild foundations. I think they do a nice job with that. And this is very, very comfortable, went on well. A good light medium coverage. All of the concealer products, this was nice. The Corrector, really liked this Wet n Wild. I thought that did a nice job. No creasing. I'm very impressed so far. And the e.l.f. product, I really just didn't really use it but for a second, so I'm not really sure what my thoughts are on that. Very impressed with this powder. Wow, was this powder nice. And boy, it really feels very light and there's no cakiness. This is a really nice product. Lots of shades in that too, by the way, so you'll find your shade. This, super impressed with this Ulta Baked Sculpt and Glow. Wow, I loved it. It is very similar to Hourglass powders, and what a pretty effect. And you could use this for your eye look and everything. Very pretty. Excited to have this. This would be a great 5-minute makeup type product. Really liked these Profusion brushes. Wow, they were really good. I like the shape of them. Everything about them, very nice. I think that the eyeshadow palette is pretty good. I'll have to play with it a little bit more. I definitely liked these matte colors. They were very, very nice. And the shimmers were maybe just a bit much for what I'm looking for, but I do think it gave a nice effect on my eyes. Very impressed with the Wet n Wild Breakup-Proof. I thought that I would, but I enjoyed using that liquid liner. I feel like it gave great definition. This Covergirl is a great clean mascara and does a great job with lengthening. And I really like the lip combo of the Sand Beige and the Maybelline Color Sensational. All in all, a great day for some drugstore products. I really think I got some good stuff and I didn't break the bank, so even better. Hope this was helpful, and I would love for you to come back. I'd love for you to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, all the good stuff. Hit that notification bell. You know the routine. If you've been on YouTube before, it really does help my channel. And again, all of the products will be listed below. Would love for you to find me too on Instagram, KZ Beauty Coach. I do a lot of things over there, product reviews. I do a get ready with me every single Sunday. So you will get to see, sometimes I do drugstore, sometimes I do high-end, but I do that every Sunday on my stories, and I have them all linked in my highlights. So would love for you to come and join me over there. Hope you guys are having a great day, and thank you for coming back, or thank you for joining me for the very first time.